Welcome to Elle Climbs, a series where I'll over-explain my decisions while pushing for top 10. We will be starting at 1084 today, playing ice. So this first item component pick, I picked the magnet because it's a really flexible item, and I am looking to build a muscle band. I think the muscle band is one of the most powerful items right now in this current meta. Now what's really weird is that a couple metas ago I would have laughed at you if you said that muscle band was the GOAT, but um, it so happens that the power of critical hits weakened a little bit, allowing for Muscle Band to take over basically as one of the best items. And I'm going to take this Black Glasses here because it lets me play into a critical hit set better with the current setup. And I'm going to actually, with the current board I have, well, we're going to keep our pairs for one. And for another thing is we're going to keep the most powerful Pokemon that I have on the bench. The most powerful being Swinub pair. Well, these are pairs, so we're always keeping them. And Tynamo and Mareep, I think, are the most powerful. So we're keeping those. Here I'm trying to build a critical hit set, so I'm looking for a magnet again, but I did not get it. So I'm actually going to take a charcoal, which is the next best thing to building a crit set. I could have also opted the Fossil Stone, which would have let me build towards ice, which is quite good in my region. So I think that would have been a really good pick too. And that might have been the better pick. But here, since I'm not deeply into the crit set yet, I'm gonna actually break up some of these components here to craft a protective pads. And it doesn't mean I'm not gonna craft a crit set still. I still might end up crafting a crit set. But well, I will really likely craft a crit set. But it just means that I'm breaking these components up because I feel like the pads is a very good item in this meta. It's a normal meta right now. So pads is very good. It's pretty much a must slam. And I can include a really quick visual, it'll be on the screen, of the must slam items, or some items I think that are must slam nowadays, that are I think sufficient to slam depending on what items you have early on. So some people get really confused on what items you should slam early. The items you slam early are the ones that are flexible and are played in most comps and also are good into the meta. So that's what makes this a good slam. Here, I'm actually going to take a Muscle Band. So now we have a Muscle Band combo with this, and it's not fantastic, but we do also get Ice Pokemon out of it. So that's not too terrible. Now, I will leave everything in for the series, by the way. So whether I lose, whether I win, we will leave everything in. I think everything, if I only leave in the wins, then it's more for the stream highlight games, and it's not really a learning thing for you guys. This will be both a learning experience for me and for you, so we'll try our best here. Now, what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna pick up this triple. So what I'm playing right now, in Pokemon Ultra, typically you want to always have a strategy. What I'm playing right now is a strategy known as Ice Aquatic. It's an overlap where basically Ice and Aquatic have a lot of overlap together. They have a lot, and it has overlap with Water as well. And it's been pretty much one of the most powerful strategies in the game right now. I'm noticing my shop has a lot of those Pokemon that will allow me to play this overlap strategy and get away with it pretty good. And so I'm going to freeze everything because I need all these Pokemon basically. And we might end up playing Ice. We might end up playing Aquatic. We'll see what happens. But we're really just playing off this one triple that we hit early on so that we can actually maintain the tempo. My take on the game is that I think the tempo is of utmost importance. And I like to play for the early tempo as much as I can, basically. I think, if you want to play to win, you play for this type of tempo game plan. If you want to play to, win for, top 4. But if you want to play for, a first place win, then the tempo game plan is not as good, and you want to play for, this late game plan. The thing is, we are just on ladder, we're low ladder right now, and playing in any riskier manner makes, no sense from a economic standpoint, basically. This is the first decision-making point here. Whether I want to take this Ice Stone or not, which would angle me towards Amorphous or Ice, guaranteed. And I don't mind it, but I think this, more secure option would be just to pick up this this extra magnet, because then I can pick up the loaded dice, which is very good for my Ice comp right now. And I can also take a level up here. and I can immediately acquire Ice 4. Now whether Ice 4 is very good right now is a different story, but I think it's better than the setup I have right now on the board. And we might end up playing Ice here. What's odd is that Ice actually has a really good like win rate at low ladder, because a lot of people don't know how to deal with Ice. But it falls off as you get higher in the ladder. I'm also considering just breaking up these one pairs, because I'm not gonna look like holding onto them is so that you can get like a 3-star one cost, which I think are some of the most powerful things you can do in the game. One of the best strategies, if you get 6 copies of a 1 cost, you can reroll the turn before, so on turn 8, and then look for the extra 3 copies, and then you're pretty likely to hit it. But without that many copies, rolling for it is too risky of an ordeal, so you typically don't go for it. Also, one more thing I forgot to mention earlier was I am putting this on, I'm playing a separate account right now, so this is not my main account. This is on YT WaterL, or I don't know how I'm gonna name it like later, but it's gonna be some like YT account. Basically like just utilized for recording, and the reason I'm doing that is for 2 reasons. One, it eases my like myself, because in the earlier series I'll be able to play at lower elo, so I can get used to the commentating. The second reason, and this is the more important reason, is that I want the YouTube series to be linear. I don't want to like jump like 150 elo randomly, or like 100 elo. Like I'll suddenly one day be 300, and the next day I'll be 400, 1400. And I'll be like the jumping the elo is just super weird. And I don't think that is good for YouTube. So that's why we're doing it like this. So that way we always have a consistent streamed, elo, basically. Alright, so we didn't get our portal, but we did get a ice Pokemon anyway, which is good. So we probably end up picking it. We keep things simple usually. I'm a big fan of keeping things simple. And this Pokemon's not too bad. I'm just considering what the ad picks are right now. To see what we can do. I'm also a big fan of this Heracross Pokemon actually. But especially with my items I have right now, they're pretty good with it. But okay, we're gonna pick the Cryogon to keep things simple. If we don't have to make it too complicated, we keep it simple. And actually, I'm gonna put the Water 3 in for the Econ. A bit of a weird play, but even if I end up losing this fight because I have Water 3, I don't think it's actually that much weaker to have Water 3 than to have like Ice 6, because Ice 6 is only like for special defense, so it's not that impactful. It's not really that good until Ice 8. So I didn't have to sell that Polytoad. I could have kept that. It's a slight mistake, that's fine. The reason I'm keeping it like this is so I can get some fish going, and then maybe I can go into this like this better route with like the water aquatic stuff, and maybe get some Econ maybe if I don't get that. So I'm obviously taking a Cupchew here, just because it fits my synergies very, very well. And I'm considering a level up. I'm considering we're fighting a really weak team next, so really like there's not really anything to worry about at the moment. If it was maybe higher elo, we'd probably fight a stronger team, and then maybe leveling would be better. Actually gonna put the water back in. No, I'm actually, never mind. I'm just gonna leave it as the ice. Ice aquatic for now. I just want to make sure I win. I know like this is a pretty weak team, and I saw that was a weak team, so I was gonna exploit that by playing Water 3 again. But honestly, to just keep things simple, I think we just guarantee that we take the fight win here. Alright, one thing I'm noticing too is that his itemization is really good, this player, but he has it on like the wrong Pokemon. Like he has it on Charmander. You know, he has like that combo of items is a very strong combination. It's Muscle Band, Shell Bell, but he has it on like the wrong Pokemon, which is like very underwhelming. Here I'm thinking about taking this Fossil Stone, but someone else already took it. Next thing I would take is I want to complete a critical hit set or a set for my frontliner, so I'm gonna take a Shell Bell. And Shell Bell got buffed, I think, in the last patch to be 6 AD. Or is it 5 AD? Let's check. real quick before I start misinformation. It's 580, so it's very, very strong either way. It used to be pretty memed on as like a noob item, honestly, but now it's just really solid with the 80 buffs. Take the level up here because it doesn't really cost too much to take the level up here. And I'm gonna play Ice 8 for a turn. I didn't get to scout my opponent. Usually I like scouting all my opponents. So hopefully we don't fight something too strong. It's a cup boost, probably not too strong. My board I consider is pretty like above average or average for the stage. Higher elo. You wouldn't probably win streak this much at higher elo because people play a lot more aggressively. And there's a lot more normal. But this board would still be solid enough to hold like a decent placement, like this, even this late. And okay, we can sell this guy for econ, because we're most likely playing Ice 8, aquatic. But okay, we can also go into a little bit of Amorphous if we really want to do that. This board next coming up is really strong. So I'm considering like doing like a Shell Bell play. Either way, I really can't like I can't condense my items together because it's on the Pillows one, which is a critical Pokemon for my comp. So I have to just like Shell Bell this guy and hope for the best. I'd like to put these items together, obviously, the items that are on him, but again, I can't really do that right now. So I just, to make myself like a little bit stronger, that's the best I could do, knowing that this player is gonna be really strong. How you can tell he's really strong is like he has a Minior. Minior is one of the stronger mid-game Pokemon. And I just can tell based on like a lot of experience playing the game that this would be a tough fight to win, and we didn't win it, so it's fine. Our streak breaking at this stage is not too big a deal, because we got a lot of value off the win streak, so now we like lose that value, or like lose some value, but like it's like late into the game enough that like it's not a big deal. Here, not much to think about, just make sure you don't lose the Mew and Mewtwo. And we can typically do some scouting during this time, so let's just check everyone's boards real quick, see what everyone's been doing. Check the Urshifus. Level up. Check what the other ice player is up to. Check what the other players are up to in general. And alright. Here we'll take a black glasses because we can complete a crit set soon. And I can actually fit in Ice 8 right now, so I'm actually gonna level. Despite losing last round, because I have lots of econ still, despite losing, to play for this like Ice 8 line. And we could fit it in immediately, which is a crazy power spike. And I noticed I could sell most of my bench out, so I can decommit the water line, or uncommit it, so I can commit into Ice better. And Ice 8 is a big power spike because there's a lot of synergies that like have a crazy power spike at the highest level, and Ice is one of them, where on the highest level it just does more damage. You just basically have to like check if your synergy like needs that level 8 spike, but a couple ones that need it is like Ghost and Fire, though I wouldn't recommend playing Fire very much in this meta. And a couple of those synergies have like a really powerful special effect. Electric is one of them too. They have a special effect at the higher level, and that special effect is like the make or break point of like whether it's strong or not. And okay, we got almost through the entire game of Ice without having to itemize the Cryogonal, which is very good. If your game, like you're trying to greed as much as possible, typically you want to itemize your unique Pokemon. However, if you do not itemize your unique Pokemon, you can end up in better situations where you itemize a different Pokemon. Like for example, this Galele has as much AD or more AD than a Cryogonal does. if you notice, Cryogonal's AD is only 15, where Galele has more AD, and that's the stage 2 version of it. And if I can upgrade it, it's even better. Or Curum, or would have like even better AD, right? So you want to have like this type of greedy setup where like you can go as greedy as much as possible, basically, and get away with it. And we're kind of getting away with it like really hard. Well, it's because we're at lower elo, but you have to know how much you can get away with in terms of greed. So obviously I'll play differently based on the players that I'm playing against, but that is a skill that you don't necessarily need to know until much later. Here I'm thinking about whether wide lens is very good in my comp, and I'm gonna opt against it in favor of a good old safety goggles for no reason. It is good into the ice team, so it's not literally for no reason, but it's not like good to a lot of the other teams. There are 2 ice teams though, so get that good old safety goggle going. Safety goggling. And okay, these items are good on Reggie Ice, if I get a Reggie Ice. And I can actually roll a little bit too. I'm gonna keep the Sobble, just in case we end up with the line where we go like Ice Aquatic. Well, we're likely going Ice Aquatic, but just in case we end up a line where we need the Sobble. It's only 1 gold to keep on the bench, and Ice 8 is not that important if I can get a Sobble. Which means we should probably keep some of these water Pokemon as well, just in case we need a water filler. And okay. This is the point of stage where of the game where like playing for a win streak is a little bit harder. So I like to play a little for econ. Before that I don't really care about econ. I'm a player that I personally just prefer playing around what other people are doing more than playing for econ. So I don't care too much for econ. If you want to adopt this strategy or this style of gameplay, I think the best thing to do is just to learn a couple of good comps, or one good like line of thinking, and just keep playing that line. Don't like switch it up too much. So one good example was like if you're trying to do that, just play normal every game. It's stupid. I've done it before. It sounds stupid, but it's not. Like playing one like comp over and over again allows you to just focus on itemization and other limiting factors. Now, if you're doing it over and over again, but you're not like learning anything from it, then stop doing it. But if you're doing it and you're actually like doing it because you're trying to limit the amount of factors that you're trying to learn, then it is really like a good tool. So just do that. Don't try to learn too much at once. Flex is for when you already learned everything. I will be playing Flex in this series, so keep that in mind that like since I'm gonna be playing Flex to like show people a lot of different like traits, and you just pick whatever traits that you think I played that like that looked cool, and play it. That's the best way to learn the traits, to play it. So and then if you play enough, you'll see what it loses to, what it beats, and whatnot. Alright, so we're just looking for an ice portal. We're ahead of the other ice players, which is good. We're ahead of most players in the lobby, which is super good. We have a lot of money. A lot of econ here. Top econ. So a disgusting position to be in. Typically with ice, the T20s are very like cast oriented. So having cast items would have been nice. I was looking for a crit set, maybe, but I couldn't get that. Now I got a perfect portal, double ice aquatic. So this is basically like all we can ask for. Might be able to let us fit our Sobble in later if we level too. And alright, so we get the Curum, which is I think really good for farm items. The damage portion of the items, not the other portion. I'm gonna sell everything just to combine my items together into one condensed set. This is pretty good for just getting some kills here. And actually, I really want to fit this this Sobble in, so we're gonna actually take level up. And another thing I'm gonna do is I need a tank. Like really bad, I need a tank. So this Cubchoo is the one for now. But I'm gonna be real here, he's not him. So I think we'll finally Wonderbox this Cryogonal, just because we can. And okay. We don't have a real tank yet, because Cubchoo is not really a grown-up. So we might lose just because of that. But it looks like he didn't itemize his T20, so we haven't itemized T20, so we're much stronger. Now, two things. One is I could prioritize upgrading this Cubchoo. The second thing I can do is prioritize up leveling. I'm going to prioritize leveling just because of the amount of money I have. But unless you're in such a good position, I highly recommend just rolling down here. If even in my spot, rolling down here is a decent play, despite the fact that I can't take the level up. I'm going to take the greedier approach though and take the level up, but that's because I have a Sobble and I want to fit that guy in my comp. If I don't, and the other thing also to know about leveling up is I don't want to take the level up now, because leveling up now, I can't really roll, so it doesn't do much, and all it does is fit the Sobble in, and it wastes an extra piece of gold, because on leveling up on even turns allows you to like get like better value basically, because you get to like, okay, I level up now, I have to, like, it takes, if I level up, it takes me 60 clicks. I have a mod that that shows it, or 15 clicks to 60 gold, but next turn it'll still be 60 gold, because it'll bump me into a threshold. Sorry, it'll be 56 gold, sorry. So we'll save 4 gold basically. So even turns are better for leveling up, is the TLDR. So look for the even number up the top. I'm gonna actually take one of the crit item or the Razor Claw, or the Smoke Ball. I was considering the Smoke Ball at first, but I think the crit item makes more sense considering I have a lot of carries that I want to utilize. And I will actually roll down and play Principal here. Another reason I took this Kyurem is because I noticed that I can cap out with Dragon really hard. So I'm actually going to pick up all these dragons that are aquatic as well. I'm not going to pick up this one because this one's not as good. And I'm rolling a little bit slow here, but you could roll a bit faster here. Not a big deal. But I'm going to hold the 20 econ here just because I played it a little bit slow. I wouldn't have minded rolling down a little bit more too. I just was a little bit slow. It is fine though to like be a little bit slow. One thing that helps if you're like newer is putting your Pokemon on the team planner when you have time. Like right now I should be putting it on the team planner and like planning out my team. I know what my team is gonna look like though, so it's like not hard for me, but it might be harder for you to visualize if you haven't done a lot of team building in Pokemon Auto Chess. The only thing is that this team I'm building is like very cookie cutter in terms of like I've done it a good amount of times. Not this particular team, but like just this setup. So that's why I don't need to like look at it too much. But alright, my bench is full, and we are currently in an awkward situation. So what do we do here? Typically, I still prioritize like the econ and the fishing here, so we're actually gonna take a sell of somebody here. But who? And I'm still deciding which is the worst one. Probably the Snow Runts. Oddly enough. Technically the Spio is not necessary for the bigger picture either. But I'm gonna keep him anyway, because he's cute. Alright, now we're just gonna go on to Team Planner and do a bit of team planning. So despite the fact that I'm pretty comfortable with this, I think it'll be easier if we put on the Team Planner. But alright, this is our plan. Then we get rid of you, maybe, you, and you, maybe. Then... I think I got rid of one of the ice Pokemon that's also water. There's also a world where we, instead of doing this, we do this and this, which is better. Oops, like that. Loaded ice is usually pretty good in ice. I think I'll take a Sodu for potentially upgrading my Sobble or my Vanillish. I don't need this for the final comp, so I'm not gonna keep it. I do need this for the final comp. I might consider dittoing this. I am considering dittoing that right now. I will. Go to Sobble as well at it. I need to put Spiel in. A little bit slow, but it's fine. It happens. A lot of actions were needed this turn. I need to put the Spiel in, and then I get the Drizzile setup combo. But I think even with this, with just the upgrades I just got, it's good enough to take the win here. So not too punished, or never punished. That's what I should say. Okay, get the upgrade on this, which I need. Put the thing on the Drizzile, which I need. I need to start scouting for now that I have a Drizzile for Drizzile positioning too. It's important. Put this guy. Wait. I need an ice Pokemon put in, so it's you. Okay. Now we have a real tank with the Beartic. So having our tank online is super important. Drizzile is not going to do much into this comp, but I have AD basically off of Kyurem. So I'm both AD and AP, so hopefully that makes up for the lack of damage coming from the other guy. Although we might be getting too T20 diffed right now. In terms of T20 quality, Articuno is a lot better than Kyurem, but not that much better. If I can get the right dragon setup with it. But I don't have the right dragon setup with it, so that's the problem with it. Fortunately, I need to get a Frigibax. I'll take an upgrade. It's not that good, but again, in the slower fights it might matter. Or might be good. And if I did this, I would need to get rid of Sobble, which is not good. So I can't do that. Spread my items a little bit. Not for any particular reason to spread my items, mostly because I want to put my attack speed on an ice Pokemon, so I can freeze things. And I get this guy again, which sucks. And he got the execute on my Pokemon, which really sucks too. That's a bit of a high roll. He's also got all my Pokemon that I need already too, and it's really annoying that I fight him twice back to back. Because not having to fight him would mean that I would fight one of these teams, which seem they have a better matchup into. And I'm surprised that everyone played Ice this lobby. I know at lower elo people like playing Ice a lot more, but it's crazy how much like Ice we actually have. Like it's like what? Like really? Is Ice really that popular at low elo? I guess. I did know there was a statistic that Ice is like one of the best traits at lower elo. But like, damn, we're all iced up. I would have made the Sobble if I knew we were all iced up like that, but even the Sobble's doing like top damage still even against the ice team. Because Sobble's just that good of a Pokemon. Still, that makes it impossible to hit my Ultra Unit. Because I didn't roll down before they did. Because I leveled instead. The Ultra Pokemon is like critical importance for what we need to do. And unfortunately we don't have it, so... We could try to get Aquatic Wave in to try to thaw ourselves from the other ice team. But it might be worse. Because honestly, I'm gonna try it. I need it, like, if I had the dragon, like, everything is just freed up right now. I'm gonna try to do the aquatic thing to counter the freezing, because I'm getting, like, so frozen by some of these teams. And 2 aquatic waves is, like, a lot of aquatic waving. Maybe we take the win here. I think we do take the win here. Okay, so yeah, we take the win here.